Hello, Dostoevsky lovers. It's time for book three. And the only thing I can tell you now, my advice is to start reading. So you have read the book before you take this course. That would mean that you win immensely instead of doing the other way around. So read, please. And it doesn't matter if you read McAndrews, my favorite in English, or you do the Pevear and Volkonsky, some people's favorite, or you go with Constance Garnett, updated Norton Critical Edition by Matlow, or in Swedish, you could go with the traditional Staffan Dahl, it's called, I think. Yeah, it's it's good. Or the one that kicks. But Ellen Rydelius, oh, what a difference. So read before you take this course. See you then.
Navigating through a labyrinth of love triangles, moral quandaries, and existential crises, Book 3 of the Brothers Karamazov plunges us into the emotional depths of the complex Karamazov family. As we explore Dmitry's tormented soul, we find him at the crossroads of duty and desire, engaged to one woman while obsessively drawn to another. With themes that oscillate between familial loyalties, religious skepticism, and romantic turmoil, this part of the book also introduces us to Smerdyakov, a puzzling figure raised under extraordinary circumstances, whose quiet yet unsettling presence adds another layer of intrigue. All this unfolds against a backdrop of looming violence and deep-seated resentments that threaten to rupture the already fragile fabric of the Karamazov clan. Whether it's Alyosha's struggle with his own moral compass or Dimitri's emotional roller coaster, Book 3 offers a compelling look at human frailty, the battles within our hearts, and the tragedies that often ensue. Prepare to be captivated. Fyodor Karamazov's house, away from the town center and in disrepair, mirrors his declining social position. He and Ivan occupy the main house, while the servants Grigory, Marfa, and Smerdyakov live in a separate cottage. Grigory has served Fyodor loyally for decades, protecting him from his own vices. He wields considerable influence over Fyodor and serves as a father figure to his children, meaning first protect you, master, and then reprimand him from ending up in yet another quarrel. Marfa is submissive to Grigory, but intelligent. She gave up dancing after one punitive incident by Grigory, and now focuses on household necessities. Despite his vices, Fyodor occasionally experiences mental anguish. As he states in the novel, "It feels as if my soul had got caught in my throat and was quivering there." He leans on Grigory during these moments, illustrating his complex moral state. Alyosha offers Fyodor sincere affection, a rarity in his life, thereby causing a positive influence on his behavior. And when Alyosha left his house, Fyodor admitted he misses Alyosha's love and non-judgmental ways. After the death of their child, Grigory becomes engrossed in religious texts, including the Book of Job and the sayings and sermons of our God-bearing father Isaac of Syria, showing his search for spiritual meaning. He also protects the memory of Ivan's and Alyosha's late mother against any bad rumors. Grigory and Marfa discover stinking Lizaveta on the day of their child's burial. She has given birth, adding another layer of complexity to the Karamazov household. The rundown state of Fyodor's house foreshadows the Karamazov family's dysfunction, and its eerie emptiness serves as a visual metaphor for the family's emotional voids and moral bankruptcy. Grigory's loyalty to Fyodor stands as a contrasting element to Fyodor's corrupted ways, showcasing inner divisions within the household. His steadfastness amidst the moral failings around him raises questions about the nature of virtue in a corrupt environment. Fyodor's moments of mental anguish indicate he is not irredeemable and point to a latent capacity for morality. These moments of conscience disrupt the narrative that he's wholly corrupt, adding complexity to his character. Fyodor's longing for a confidant like Grigory emphasizes his inner loneliness and highlights the alienation caused by his immoral actions. This loneliness can be seen as a self-inflicted consequence of his lifestyle choices, further intensifying his tragic dimension. Alyosha's sincere affection reveals Fyodor's hidden better nature, illustrating love's potential for redemption. This underscores the possibility that even in deeply flawed individuals, a flicker of goodness can be fanned into flame through genuine connection. Grigory's defense of Fyodor's mentally ill second wife Sophia and his engagement with the Book of Job indicate his complex character and his protective instincts toward the vulnerable. This makes him a symbol of quiet resilience and moral integrity in a chaotic, often cruel world. Even though for many years he hardly understood a word of these books, he revered and loved the books, turning him into somewhat of a paradoxical enigma. Stinking Lizaveta is described as a short, peculiar young woman with an idiotic stare but a gentle demeanor. She lives a vagrant lifestyle, with the town showing her pity and kindness, considering her a holy fool. Yes, even the mischievous schoolboys were kind to her. A note here about a holy fool, or jurodivy in Russian. This could be a harmless village idiot such as Stinking Lizaveta, but also saintly persons or ascetics whose saintliness is expressed as craziness. Holy fools of this sort were known early in Orthodox tradition. Fyodor Karamazov is part of a group of gentlemen who come across Lizaveta one night. While the others find the idea distasteful, Fyodor claims that Lizaveta has a certain spice to her and could be considered a woman. Lizaveta becomes pregnant, sparking rumors that Fyodor Karamazov is the father. Despite his initial dismissal, the rumors persist and become a matter of public discussion. Gregory, the Karamazov family servant, staunchly defends Fyodor Karamazov, suggesting an escaped convict named Karp the Wrench as the likely father instead. Lizaveta dies while giving birth in Fyodor Karamazov's garden. The birth is assisted by Gregory and an old midwife, but Lizaveta succumbs shortly after the child is born. The baby boy is named Paul Fyodorovich Smerdyakov and is raised by Gregory and his wife Martha. He later becomes the cook for Fyodor Karamazov, marking his initial introduction into the Karamazov household. Lizaveta, though considered an idiot, commands a unique position of innocent purity within society. The townspeople's doting attitude towards her reflects a communal yearning for innocence and virtue. Her presence serves as a litmus test for the moral compass of the community, highlighting how society often romanticizes and protects what it doesn't fully understand. Fyodor Karamazov's behavior around Lizaveta sheds light on his complex moral character. While his peers dismiss Lizaveta, Fyodor uniquely acknowledges her womanhood, but in a degrading manner. This objectification of a vulnerable individual introduces an early sense of the moral ambiguity and nuanced vulgarity that surrounds Fyodor throughout the narrative. The rumors surrounding Lizaveta's pregnancy signify the weight of public opinion and its influence over individual lives. It shows how the powerless can easily become pawns in society's gossip, while the influential, like Fyodor, often escape scrutiny. Gregory's defense of Fyodor against the rumor underscores the complexities of loyalty within power dynamics. Lizaveta's life and tragic death epitomize the often invisible sufferings of women in a patriarchal society. Her silence, literal and metaphorical, underscores the plight of marginalized voices, underlining the consequences when they are finally forced into the public sphere due to circumstances like pregnancy. Gregory's spiritual interpretation of Smerdyakov as a child of God illuminates the character's internal compasses, driven more by personal moralities than by societal norms. Gregory's decision to raise the boy intertwines faith and familial obligation, providing a counterpoint to Fyodor's libertine ethos. Smerdyakov's introduction as the child of Lizaveta and potentially Fyodor signifies a living embodiment of the town's contradictions, innocence and vulgarity, purity and scandal. His character is poised to carry the weight of the moral and ethical dilemmas that have been introduced, serving as a mirror to the characters and society he is thrust into. The Russian name Pavel, which becomes Paul outside Russia, signifies a transformative journey from sin to sanctity in the Christian context, as seen in the Apostle Paul. However, the choice to name Smerdyakov Paul brings an ironic layer to the narrative. Naming a child born of such dubious circumstances with a name that traditionally signifies hope for transformation or redemption perhaps shows the caretaker's unconscious aspirations or societal expectations. It subtly calls into question whether names and social labels can indeed influence a person's destiny or moral compass. Alyosha feels deeply uneasy about Katarina's urgent note asking him to meet her. This inner turmoil highlights his trepidation about their limited past interactions and the potential gravity of the meeting. While taking shortcuts to save time, Alyosha unexpectedly meets Dmitry in a garden near their father's house. This chance encounter deepens the layers of familial tension and introduces Dmitry's undisclosed motives. Dmitry has been hiding out and wishes to employ Alyosha, whom he sees as an angelic figure, as a mediator between Katarina and their father, Fyodor. Dmitry's choice of Alyosha underscores his view of Alyosha's moral fiber and inherent goodness. Dmitry hastily reads Katarina's note to Alyosha and discloses that he has a life-altering confession to make. Dmitry's urgency and focus on the note accentuate the stakes involved in this tangled relationship. Dmitry dives into a poetic lamentation of his own moral complexity, discussing sensuality, depravity, and the essence of the Karamazovs. His introspective moment reveals the depths of his internal conflict, echoing the complexities of human morality. Dmitry refers to Schiller's Hymn to Joy to express his internal conflicts and his tumultuous emotional state. In all three confessions, chapters 3, 4, and 5 of Book 3, Mitya emerges as a vibrant, living being rather than a sullen and bitter man merely seeking money from his father. Each segment serves as a uniquely beautiful ode to joy. Dmitry's secretive behavior and Katarina's enigmatic note contribute to a sense of suspense and mystery, engaging the reader. Alyosha's growing but unspecified dread regarding his meeting with Katarina amplifies this suspense, indicating that even he is not immune to the complex web of emotions and agendas at play. Dmitry views Alyosha as pure and angelic, contrasting sharply with his own self-perception as a flawed individual. Alyosha is also uneasy about meeting Katarina, adding another layer to the intricate relationships within the Karamazov family. Moreover, Dmitry's declaration that if he must plunge into the abyss, he'll go headfirst, feet in the air, adds yet a layer of complexity. This could be a nod to Luke 12:24 from the epigraph, suggesting that Dmitry's old self must die to give way to a new, transformed persona. The dilapidated summer house provides not only a private setting, but also symbolizes the internal turmoil and decay within Dmitry. The setting complements the complexities of his character and serves as a tangible reflection of his internal state. Dmitry's monologue embodies the human struggle between higher moral callings and base desires, a dichotomy made even more poignant by his quoting of Schiller's Hymn to Joy. His assertion that he cares for both you and some slut he's fallen in love with crystallizes this tension, spotlighting his emotional conflict and need for greater emotional maturity. He is not prepared to let go of his baser sides. Instead, he wants to figure out how to live a good life with this baseness in him, but he struggles. Alyosha's role as a spiritual guide and confidant mirrors the Russian concept of the Eurodivii, or God's Fool. According to Hubert Dreyfus, Alyosha lives in a realm of faith where all things are possible, embodying the belief that life is a divine comedy where things work out in the end. This spiritual perspective contrasts with Dmitry's more tortured soul, and with other characters who let guilt or vulnerability complicate their lives. Alyosha serves as a pivotal intermediary in this chapter, conveying messages and absorbing confessions, particularly from Dmitry. This role does more than just connect family members. It echoes his mentor Zosima's work of moving between different societal groups to offer solace and inspiration. Alyosha's activities in this chapter serve as both a practical and spiritual apprenticeship, setting the stage for his future role as a unifying and enlightening figure. The back alleys and hidden routes Alyosha takes serve as metaphors for the underlying secrets and complexities that define the characters. This geographical symbolism adds a metaphysical tone to the narrative, highlighting the clandestine nature of their lives. Schiller's hymn to joy invites a light world. As Erland Lagerroth states, over a glass of cognac Mitya opens his heart to Alyosha, creating one of the lightest scenes in any novel. He is torn between sensual lust and heavenly joy, and Schiller gives him the inspiration he needs. Here is a vital quote from this chapter. "It's beautiful, isn't it? What I really can't bear, though, is that a man with a noble heart and a superior intelligence may start out with the Madonna as his ideal and end up with Sodom as his ideal. It is even worse for one already striving for his Sodom ideal, who has not renounced his Madonna ideal, which still sets his heart ablaze as it did when he was young and innocent. Yes, sir, a man's range of feelings is wide, too wide even, and if I had my way, I'd narrow it quite a bit. It's a hell of a situation, you know. What the head brands as shameful may appear as sheer beauty to the heart. But can there be beauty in Sodom? Yes, and believe me, it is precisely there that beauty lies for most men. Weren't you aware of that secret? The terrible thing is that beauty is not only frightening, but a mystery as well. That's where God and the devil join battle, and their battlefield is the heart of man. Dmitry offers a vivid account detailing a history filled with unchecked sensual indulgences, erratic monetary behaviors, and notably strained dynamics within intimate past relationships, especially one marked by both passion and conflict with Agafya Ivanovna. Upon her arrival to town, distinguished by an aloof, disinterested manner reflective of her elevated social status, Katerina's indifferent treatment immediately awakes Dmitry's simmering feelings of resentment, coupled with a latent desire to seek vengeance against this perceived resentment shown by her towards him. Learning covertly of the substantial state funds misappropriated by the colonel through questionable means, the opportunistic Dmitry ruthlessly exploits this knowledge by coercing Agafya into pressuring Katerina into a transaction of granting her favors, solely in exchange for his silence regarding the situation, demonstrating a calculative willingness to manipulate any vulnerabilities for his own gain. Much to Dmitry's unsettlement and surprise, Katerina brazenly proposes an alternate offer, suggesting herself over the stolen finances in a bold counter-proposal, intimating deeper rapport potentially lies beneath their outward exhibitions of hostility and clashes of temperaments. Their engaging exchange concludes with a glimpse at mutual esteem and comprehension between the two intricate characters conveyed through bows performed beneath the evident surface, tensions notable within their dynamic. By imparting this intricate narrative and accounting for his tumultuous family ties, Dmitry enlightens the receptive Alyosha regarding deeper undercurrents within the Karamazov household and their nature, while granting fresh insights into his own convoluted inner emotional experience and moral complexities. Alyosha acknowledges a significant connection to Dmitry through their sharing of the same symbolic moral ladder, representing their shared awareness of humanity's innate, vulnerable, yet universal flawed tendencies. Dmitry and Fyodor, both consumed by worldly desires, seem to sacrifice spiritual integrity in their pursuit of sensual pleasures. Dmitry's reflection on the insect symbol poignantly captures this tendency, hinting at a life dominated by base gratifications. Deep-rooted feelings of resentment towards Katerina, stemming from perceived slights, see Dmitry vacillating between powerful emotions. These reveal a tumultuous inner landscape, emphasizing the intricate depths of his psyche. Dmitry's cunning exploitation of the misappropriated government funds showcases a readiness to manipulate known vulnerabilities for personal gain. His actions provocatively challenge societal norms. Considering marrying Katerina, despite recognizing her love as more duty-bound than heartfelt, Dmitry displays a complex interplay of desires, a wish to both torment and control her, indicative of his own inner conflict. The formalities exchanged between Dmitry and Fyodor, despite their evident animosity, hint at a deeper understanding beneath their external strife, adding layers to their multifaceted relationship. Alyosha's recognition of the shared human struggle encapsulates the timeless battle between virtue and vice, a dance that all characters, each in their distinctive way, are drawn into. Dmitry's engagement to Katerina and his obsessive love for Grushenka complicate not only his relationships, but also the dynamics within the family. His conflicted feelings create a love triangle that involves his brother Ivan, adding further tension and drama. Katarina's financial support is deeply intertwined with Dmitry's self-worth and emotional turmoil. His misappropriation of her money reveals his desperation, moral conflict, and dependency on her, straining their relationship to the breaking point. Dmitry struggles with intense guilt over using Katarina's money for a frivolous spree with Grushenka. His self-perception as unworthy of love and respect adds another layer of complexity to his emotional state. Dmitry's belief that his father Fyodor owes him morally, if not legally, showcases his internal struggle between entitlement and ethics, putting further strain on their already complicated relationship. Dmitry's emotional instability, coupled with his consideration of extreme actions like murdering his father, marks the narrative with an impending sense of doom and unpredictability. Dmitry entrusts Alyosha with the complex task of navigating these troubled waters, highlighting Alyosha's importance within the family dynamics and foreshadowing his likely crucial role in future conflicts. Dmitry's relationships with both Katarina and Grushenka symbolize his psychological entrapment. His wavering between love and obligation exposes his emotional fragility. Dmitry's theft from Katarina and his subsequent struggle with guilt highlight the precariousness of his honor and social standing, exacerbating his emotional distress. Dmitry's entrustment of significant tasks to Alyosha adds an additional layer of tension and unpredictability, spotlighting Alyosha's role as the potential moral fulcrum in the unfolding drama. Dmitry's justification for seeking money from his father elucidates his constant battle with moral and legal entitlements, further complicating the narrative. The struggles of Dmitry and the Karamazov family at large serve as an exploration into broader human dilemmas, balancing immediate desires against moral integrity and grappling with existential questions amid emotional and moral chaos. Dmitry's emotional turmoil finds a physical parallel in his cramped living conditions, symbolizing his perceived lack of freedom and available choices. The underlying tension and the role of other characters like Smerdyakov add a layer of ominous complexity and suspense to the unfolding narrative. The reserved yet complex Smerdyakov is marked by trauma, epilepsy, and solitary demeanor. It is revealed he was told as a child he was not a human being, but grew of mildew of the bathhouse. He questions if a martyr would sin by renouncing faith under torture, sparking lively discussion between himself, Gregory, and Fyodor on the nuances of faith and morality. Finding humor in challenging Gregory and probing complex questions of faith, Fyodor gleefully encourages the debate to continue by jokingly whispering to Ivan and Alyosha. Allusions to influences on Smerdyakov's impressive rhetorical skills are made by Fyodor, insinuating the source of his intellectual dexterity in theological discussion. Belief, scripture, and lack thereof in modern times are dissected layer by layer as Smerdyakov analyzes faith through hypothetical scenarios involving divine signs. The idea of solitary faithful men is noted as uniquely capturing national identity, provoking agreement from Alyosha and Ivan on traits distinct to their homeland. Rationales for renouncing faith under duress and hoping for divine mercy are proposed and scrutinized as Smerdyakov argues his perspective on prioritizing survival. The spirited discussion delves into the intricate dance of belief and doubt, especially evident in changing cultural landscapes. Grigory's indignation contrasts sharply with Fyodor's amusement at Smerdyakov's probing questions. This disparity in reactions foreshadows growing ideological rifts within the household. Allusions draw attention to the forces molding Smerdyakov's sharp yet possibly constricted worldview. His childhood taunts suggest a limited ability to appreciate depth, indicating a potential for superficial judgments. The exploration of decision-making under strain foreshadows forthcoming personal and societal challenges. Choices made amidst pressure might augur impending calamities, emphasizing the fragility of relationships and societal ties that stave off chaos. The dynamics of the Karamazov household, a microcosm reflecting wider Russian societal tensions, offers insights into the nation's overarching dilemmas, suggesting that personal conflicts might also be emblematic of broader societal issues. The roots of Smerdyakov's capricious nature, grounded in past traumas, subtly insinuate future discord and unforeseen turns in the narrative. Masterfully woven dialogue brings nuanced subjects to life through vivid characterization, setting the stage for an artful blend of philosophical inquiry and looming drama. Smerdyakov ignites a philosophical debate on whether a martyr would sin by renouncing faith under torture, leading others to confront this ethical dilemma, paralleling the martyr soldier's tale and Grigory's shocked response. While Grigory and Smerdyakov dive into the nuances of faith and morality through hypothetical scenarios, Smerdyakov stands firm in his belief that denouncing faith under duress might be more practical than truly sinful. Smerdyakov proposes that mental anguish and physical suffering when being tortured could be reasons strong enough to consider renouncing faith without it being a genuine sin. Beyond the moral debates, references to solitary ascetics bring forth Russian national identity and beliefs on true devotion versus superficial beliefs. Smerdyakov concludes by expressing the hope that God's mercy might override strict judgments on wavering faith during extreme trials. Fueled by Fyodor's encouragement, the rich philosophical discussions not only delve into profound topics, but also shape and reveal intricate characterizations. The debates probe the boundaries of ethics, free choice, and the meaning of unwavering faith amidst extreme circumstances, setting Smerdyakov's pragmatism against the soldier's unwavering conviction. The stark differences in world views between Smerdyakov, Grigory, and others are amplified by the backdrop of disdain, with character interactions revealing more about their personal convictions than mere philosophical stances. Cultural references, such as the ascetic traditions, provide a rich context, examining how deep-rooted traditions and beliefs are challenged by evolving perspectives. Through their arguments, Smerdyakov and others aim to expose the potential vulnerabilities in professed piety, especially when not accounting for human frailty. The dialogue is not mere philosophical sparring, but serves as a lens into the psyche of each character, revealing motivations, fears, and beliefs. The underlying issues and emerging tensions hint at unfolding relations, potentially driving future events based on ideological differences. Mr. Karamazov's mood drastically shifts post-debate. He drinks excessively, evoking annoyance and distress, leading to the dismissal of the servants and continued ranting. Fyodor, in his intoxicated state, touches upon aspects of Russian character, societal norms, and morality, referencing Birching's, the Marquis de Sade, and the peasant's wit, while also expressing his personal disdain for Russia. A profound discussion arises about the existence of God and immortality, with Ivan stating his disbelief in both while Alyosha affirms his faith. Fyodor oscillates, looking for definitive answers, and highlights the societal implications of belief. Mr. Karamazov, in a drunken state, recounts his turbulent relationship with his wife and brags about his understanding and attraction to all women. Alyosha's strong emotional response to his father's disrespectful memory of his mother results in a hysterical breakdown that mirrors the reactions his mother used to have. Ivan coldly notes their shared mother, contempt clear in his tone, unsettling Fyodor with the glare in his son's eyes. Fyodor's absurd mental lapse in forgetting Ivan and Alyosha shared the same mother is then exposed. Dmitri's sudden and violent entrance into the room causes fear in Mr. Karamazov, who pleads with Ivan for protection. The brandy serves as a catalyst, pushing Fyodor to reveal his deeper frustrations, contradictions, and beliefs. It symbolizes the lowering of barriers, leading to more honest, albeit chaotic, exchanges between characters. The conversations, whether about societal practices like flogging or metaphysical matters like God, reveal the constant struggle between tradition and emerging ideologies. Russia's transitional phase is mirrored through Fyodor's unpredictable oscillations between tradition and skepticism. Fyodor's interactions with both Ivan and Alyosha expose the intricacies of their relationships. While he seeks validation and answers from them, His genuine concern and curiosity regarding their opinions underscore the multifaceted nature of familial ties. The dialogue illustrates a complicated web of relationships within the Karamazov family, highlighting tension, resentment, and deeply buried pain. His lecherous confessions, dismissive attitude towards his own sons, and inability to even remember that Alyosha and Ivan shared the same mother, paints him as a deeply flawed character with little moral compass or genuine concern for his family. Alyosha's strong reaction to his father's stories indicates his emotional depth, his close bond with his late mother, and perhaps his struggle to reconcile his familial love with his father's immoral behavior. Even openly expresses disgust for Fyodor, suggesting a fracturing of their relationship and foreshadowing greater discord. Dmitry violently attacks Grigory upon entering, searching for Grushenka before charging further inside. Dmitry becomes increasingly frantic in insisting Grushenka must be hiding in the house. Dmitry then savagely kicks his father's face twice before being pulled away by Ivan and Alyosha. The injured Fyodor and Grigory are tended to while Dmitry leaves, still believing he saw Grushenka. Ivan coldly remarks on the brothers killing each other like animals as Grigory fumes over being struck. Fyodor pleads with Alyosha to discern Grushenka's true intentions, worrying over her promises to himself and Dmitry. The violent confrontation serves as a poignant climax, a culmination of simmering personal, ideological, and psychological tensions that have long plagued the Karamazov household. The unraveling of Fyodor's psyche, intensified by Dmitry's aggression, not only unveils his deep-seated vulnerabilities, but is a testament to Dostoevsky's skill in crafting escalating dramatic tension. The episode lays bare the fragile nature of familial ties, exposing years of suppressed resentment even amidst superficial cordialities. The stark divergence between Ivan's existential nihilism and Alyosha's unwavering humanism becomes evident, with each perspective casting a significant shadow on the ensuing events and critical decisions. As characters grapple with the upheaval, their evolving portrayals reveal profound inner turmoil, serving as a microcosm for broader societal flux and resistance. The chapter's conclusion, filled with nuance and foreboding, sets the stage for imminent clashes and deeper philosophical explorations as the Karamazovs grapple with their contrasting worldviews. Unbeknownst to Alyosha, Katarina and Grushenka had schemed to meet, surprising him upon arrival at Katarina's lavish home where he finds both women conversing cordially. Katarina expresses her newfound belief that beneath Grushenka's charming nature lies a kind soul who, once learning of another's love, will aid Dmitry in abandoning his destructive passions. However, Grushenka denies firmly committing to any promises. As Grushenka bluntly admits, her fickle temperament implies she may eagerly resume her previous relationship with Dmitry, shattering the fragile hope Katarina had attached to their earlier congenial interaction. Unable to contain her anguish at the deception, insults are traded, exposing the darkness long simmering beneath the veneer of polite pretenses, as Grushenka taunts Katarina with revelations of secrets shared by Dmitry. Unable to bear the trauma of learning how her mortal enemy had been aware of private details now used to inflict further pain, Katarina breaks down while Alyosha empathizes with her distress. As Grushenka takes her leave with a disturbing parting phrase implying knowledge of Alyosha's past, subtle forces maneuvering unfolding events are brought to ominous light. Katarina and Grushenka stand as contrasting figures, representing the societal archetypes of devoted guardianship and opportunistic manipulation. Delving into their depths, we uncover a tapestry of vulnerabilities and motives, revealing the intricate human layers beneath their public facades. Their interactions mirror the larger socio-cultural dynamics of class, gender, and evolving values, reflecting a Russia in the throes of transformation. Themes of morality, personal freedom, and endurance amid adversity emerge, highlighted by the stark contrast between voiced sentiments and actual deeds. Their dialogues masterfully weave an aura of suspense, setting the stage for an emotional crescendo vital to the novel's impending climax. Amidst the entanglements of hope, pride, and deception, the fractures in their relationships symbolize the larger rifts tearing through society's fabric. Stopped on his journey, Dmitry pretends to be a robber, surprising Alyosha. He then pours his soul to Alyosha, admitting a sinister scheme. As he inquires about the events at Katerina Ivanovna's house, Dmitry's laughter reveals anguish and admiration for Grushenka, the queen of insolence. Dmitry's laughter hides deep pain as ludicrous insights illuminate Katarina and Grushenka's dynamic. He recalls his emotional moment with Grushenka in Mokroy, embracing his scoundrel reputation, and bids Alyosha farewell, indicating a darker intent. Troubled by Dmitry's revelations and intent, Alyosha plans to intervene. However, Alyosha rushes to the hermitage after learning of the elder's decline. Lisa's letter, confessing her long-time love, offers a bittersweet comfort. Father Paisi updates Alyosha on the elder's health, and Alyosha determines to stand vigil. His unwavering commitment to Zosima contrasts sharply with the world outside the monastery. In Zosima's bedroom, Alyosha finds solace in prayer. Amid the trials, he remains hopeful, seeking light from humanity's intricate struggles. Between desperation and dark humor, Dmitry's actions uncover the mind's capacity for contradictory emotions. His initial anger dissipates into amusement upon learning of Grushenka's trick, setting her apart from societal expectations. The novel delves into challenges to belief, exploring sustenance of hope in humanity's darkest hours and deepest crises of conscience. Hardships and fleeting joys spotlight the characters' inner worlds. Zosima serves as a spiritual beacon for Alyosha, offering guidance against his family's hedonistic tendencies. Lisa's confession acts as a juxtaposition to Alyosha's ascetic life, reminding him of the human connections he's left behind. The narrative raises pressing questions on confession, faith, miracles, judgment, human heart's mysteries, and familial obligations, nudging readers into deep introspection. And so the curtain falls on this act, leaving us perched on the precipice of looming tragedy. As passions and ideologies collide, fragile bonds of family and morality threaten to rupture irrevocably. Hope flickers amidst the darkness, seen in comforting visions conjured of idyllic days gone by. Two brothers playing happily in a garden, a devoted son sitting at his father's feet. Yet ominous signs persist, and the forces of cynicism and greed gather. The stage remains set for vengeance, set for violence, set for dreams to crumble as the ground gives way. But perhaps redemption still waits in the wings, waiting to heal and restore. For even as hatred appears poised to prevail, love persists in pockets, kindling its soft glow against the night. What destinies await our players? Will sanity prevail, or chaos erupt? The intermission ends, and the next act begins. Brothers, be patient. Search your hearts. Listen to the whisperings of conscience, fainter than the siren songs of passion. Mark the quiet righteousness of those in the shadows. Forgive, and let compassion illuminate the way, brighter than any flame. The story continues, dearest reader, as day breaks on the Karamazovs once more. Before moving on, it's essential to introduce a critical framework developed by Professor Hubert Dreyfus from the University of California, Berkeley. He insightfully interpreted the Brothers Karamazov using Kierkegaard's 4 perspectives on life. It's important to understand that no perspective is superior. Individuals may resonate with multiple stances at different times. However, if a stance consistently evokes more despair than joy, it might not be suitable for you. With that in mind, let's explore Kierkegaard's philosophy. Søren Kierkegaard, a philosopher from Denmark known for his existentialist writings, dissected human existence, outlining 4 key perspectives. Absurdism: life is seen as inherently meaningless, leading one to reject societal norms. This can be observed in Fyodor's hedonistic pursuits and Smerdyakov brooding cynicism, aestheticism. Here, life is driven by momentary pleasures without moral bounds. Dmitry embodies this early on, though he later evolves. Ethical: life is navigated through moral duties and principles. Ivan's relentless quest for justice and his theological struggles showcase this stance. Religious: this perspective places faith above all, even when faced with contradictory evidence. Alyosha's unwavering spiritual journey is a testament to this. While Kierkegaard held the religious view in the highest regard, the Karamazov brothers' journeys warn against adhering too rigidly to any single stance. Particularly, Dmitry's evolution emphasizes the beauty of blending aesthetic joys with ethical responsibilities. By aligning the novel's characters with Kierkegaard's perspectives, we can unearth deeper nuances in their individual searches for faith, purpose, and understanding. Katerina Ivanovna Verkhovtsev, known affectionately as Katya, hails from a distinguished lineage as the daughter of a revered colonel. Yet beneath her radiant beauty and fierce pride lies a tumult of emotions. Her love for Dmitry Fyodorovich reveals a vulnerability, leading her to a compromising act she believes shields her family's honor. Torn between obligation and passion, she finds herself caught in a twisted triangle of affection. While betrothed to Dmitry, a deeper, perhaps truer connection beckons her towards his introspective brother, Ivan. This sacrifice to preserve her father's legacy speaks to her inner strength, even as Dmitry suggests she's enamored with her own virtue, hinting at her complex motivations. Her seemingly aloof demeanor masks profound insights and moments of vulnerability. In a world swirling with moral ambiguities, Katerina steadfastly believes in herself, navigating love, duty, and societal constraints with an unwavering faith in her convictions. Through her, Dostoevsky portrays a woman's journey amidst the societal intricacies of her time. Smerdyakov, believed to be the illegitimate son of Fyodor Karamazov and the vulnerable holy fool Lizaveta, has lived under a shadow of scorn since birth. Born from a tragedy where Lizaveta, exploited by Fyodor, tragically passed away after giving birth, Smerdyakov has navigated life with bitterness. Growing up stigmatized by his controversial origins, he's more than just Fyodor's epileptic cook. His access to the family library suggests Fyodor's unspoken guilt, and his discreet dives into forbidden philosophies reveal an understated intellect. Dostoevsky lends him the name Pavel, a stark contradiction to the biblical Apostle Paul's redemptive journey. Further, Fyodor's ironic moniker for him, Balaam's ass, highlights Smerdyakov's unique insight despite his marginalized status. In Smerdyakov, Dostoevsky paints the complexities of the human soul, questioning the juxtaposition of morality and cunning, light and dark. In the shadowed corners and bustling streets of Skotoprigonyevsk, the unpredictable heart of Dmitry Karamazov raced with untamed fervor. Entangled in a bitter love rivalry with his own father, Fyodor, over the mesmerizing Grushenka, Dmitry embodied the whirlwind of unchecked passions. This turbulent soul, however, was not without its moments of nobility. He oscillated between extremes, displaying both honor and degradation within short spans. His relationship with Ivan, filled with intellectual challenge, often tugged at their shared bloodlines, while his connection with Alyosha stood as a testament to the warmth and affection possible amidst chaos. Bound to the tempestuous allure of Grushenka and the intricate ties with Katerina, Dmitry was a man torn. Yet, in all his swirling emotions, his bond with Alyosha remained a constant beacon of warmth. Dostoevsky, through Dmitry, painted a vivid portrait of human desires, challenges, and profound connections. A character that epitomized the push and pull between heart and mind, Dmitry's narrative stands as a moving exploration of the human condition in all its complexity. In the heart of Skotoprigonyevsk, Agrafena Alexandrovna Svetlov, known as Grushenka, emerged as a captivating enigma. Her playful mirth, an impish grin, a teasing remark, mesmerized the town. Grushenka navigated a complex web of relationships, Dmitry's ardent passion, Fyodor's possessive desire, and a deeper bond with her patron, Kuzma Kuzmich Samsonov, hinting at her quest for security amidst societal judgment. Yet Grushenka was no mere pawn. She sought genuine affection in a tumultuous world. Even as town gossip attempted to stain her reputation, she moved with a defiant grace. Fleeting moments revealed her vulnerability and unfulfilled dreams. Central to Skotoprigonyevsk's narrative, Grushenka's presence promised tales of love, betrayal, and redemption. Her story, a testament to human desires and the myriad ways they manifest and intertwine. In the intricate web of the Karamazov family, Grigory Vasilievich Kutuzov emerges as a stabilizing force, a counterweight to the caprices of Fyodor Pavlovich. As a dedicated servant to the Karamazov household, Grigory's stern but consistent values starkly contrast Fyodor's reckless hedonism. Far more than just a servant, Grigory assumes the mantle of a paternal figure, nurturing all three Karamazov brothers and the enigmatic Smerdyakov. Through trials and tribulations, joys and sorrows, Grigory stands steadfast, instilling in them values and principles, often with more genuine concern and devotion than their own biological father ever demonstrated. While his old-world morality sometimes clashes with the evolving ethos of the younger generation, Grigory's dedication becomes pivotal, especially in a near-fatal confrontation with Dmitry, leading to crucial consequences in the shadowy events surrounding Fyodor's demise. Dostoevsky, through Grigory, offers a poignant exploration of true fatherhood, demonstrating that the bonds of care and understanding can be stronger than mere blood. Grigory's unwavering principle amidst the Karamazov chaos not only establishes him as a guardian of old values, but also as a testament to the resilience of genuine love and duty. Within the tumultuous Karamazov household, Marfa Ignatievna emerges as a beacon of warmth and steadfastness. As Grigory Vasilievich's unwavering partner, Marfa's love has always extended beyond the bounds of their marital bond to envelop the Karamazov children, rendering her a surrogate mother to Dmitry, Ivan, Alyosha, and even the elusive Smerdyakov. While Marfa's days revolve around servitude and devotion to her husband, she is not without her dreams and aspirations. Her spirit, though often cloaked in a demeanor of submission, carries undertones of tenacity, evident in her unfulfilled dreams of a life beyond servitude, like establishing a shop in bustling Moscow. Throughout the tumult of the Karamazov affairs, Marfa's presence offers a soothing touch, a balm perhaps for the wounds inflicted by the absent and erratic love of Fyodor Pavlovich. She becomes an embodiment of maternal affection, a gift rarely bestowed upon the Karamazov brothers during their formative years. In a story riddled with chaos, ambition, and moral quandaries, Marfa stands as a testament to enduring love and commitment, offering a fleeting glimpse into an alternative universe where the brothers might have known consistent motherly love and care. Lizaveta, often derided as stinking Lizaveta or seen as a holy fool, emerges from the tapestry of Dostoevsky's narrative as a poignant symbol of innocence scarred by society's callousness. With her diminutive stature, thick curls, and an ever-present layer of earth on her skin, she seems more a wild sprite than a conventional human, embodying a free spirit untouched by societal norms. Choosing the raw embrace of nature over the warmth of a hearth, she strides barefoot through the village streets, her attire as simple as her worldview. Lizaveta's insistence on this self-chosen lifestyle is not a mark of ignorance, but a testament to an untamed spirit that remains unbroken despite the world's attempts to mold her. However, her life, painted with strokes of melancholy, carries an undertone of tragedy. Left to fend for herself after the passing of her violent and drunk tradesman father Ilya, she becomes ensnared in the web of Fyodor Pavlovich's predatory desires. This tragic chapter culminates in a heart-wrenching scene in Fyodor's garden, where she brings forth a new life, Smerdyakov, only to surrender her own shortly after. Through Lizaveta's journey, Dostoevsky delves deep into themes of exploitation, juxtaposing the purest form of innocence with the harshest shades of human cruelty. Even in death, her legacy casts a shadow over the Karamazov clan, weaving a complex thread of morality, judgment, and fate in the narrative. Lizaveta stands as a haunting reminder of the intricate dance between vulnerability and predation, innocence and corruption. Reflecting on Beauvoir's ethics of ambiguity, Grigory and Marfa's decision to remain loyal to Fyodor despite their emancipated status underscores the ambiguity of human freedom and our responsibility to wield it ethically. Their deep-rooted commitment represents an authentic existential choice, providing their lives with distinct meaning. Smerdyakov's blasphemous views and feelings of rejection echo Camus' concept of rebellion in The Rebel. His life's trajectory embodies a resistance against the perceived meaninglessness and absurdity of existence, turning his pain into a form of silent rebellion. Alyosha's unwavering yet tested faith, even amidst spiritual crises, mirrors Kierkegaard's concepts in Sickness unto Death. While he sometimes faces existential doubts, Alyosha's spiritual journey exemplifies the Kierkegaardian leap of faith amidst profound angst. Dmitry's passionate pursuits, recklessness, and moral struggles resonate with Nietzsche's Übermensch ideal from Thus Spoke Zarathustra. While he displays the drive of someone striving to overcome societal constraints, he also grapples with the torment of not fully transcending societal moral boundaries. Ivan's existential angst and deep-seated need for an encompassing moral order underscore the broader human quest for meaning, especially in a world where traditional frameworks are questioned or collapse. His intense, rational, and philosophical confrontations epitomize the human yearning for a deeper truth in the face of life's inherent uncertainties. Drawing from de Beauvoir's The Second Sex, Katarina and Grushenka's diverse approaches to love, freedom, and societal expectations offer a lens into the existential struggles of women. Their interactions, particularly concerning Dmitry, reveal the complexities of being the other, and the overarching theme of human freedom in a constrained society. Let's ground ourselves in the core teachings of Vervaeke's Awakening from the Meaning Crisis, and then draw deeper parallels with the themes and narratives in Book 3 of the Brothers Karamazov. In an era rife with religious skepticism, societal change, and interpersonal conflict, Dostoevsky's characters reflect Vervaeke's assertion that our historical context deeply influences how we find or lose meaning. The tension between faith and doubt, mirrored in the Karamazov family, epitomizes the broader societal struggle of reconciling past beliefs with emerging paradigms. Book 3 is riddled with characters trying to discern what's genuinely relevant in their tumultuous lives. Alyosha, as the spiritual beacon, continuously attempts to extract deep, meaningful insights from his encounters, embodying Vervaeke's concept of honing in on what truly matters amidst overwhelming information. From Dimitri's impulsive decisions to Ivan's intellectual musings, the Karamazovs exemplify Vervaeke's idea of how our cognitive patterns, sculpted by personal histories and biases, determine our adaptability in facing life's tribulations. Alyosha's evolving relationship with Father Zosima and the religious texts, combined with his own introspective journey, resonates with Vervaeke's emphasis on psychotechnologies. This inner transformation, aided by contemplative practices, becomes his anchor amidst the family's chaos, showcasing the quest for meaning amidst existential crises. While each Karamazov brother embarks on a distinct journey, their shared quest revolves around self-understanding and wisdom. Alyosha's striving for spiritual enlightenment mirrors Vervaeke's emphasis on self-transcendence as a pivotal component of grappling with the meaning crisis.
Congratulations on finishing book 3 of the Brothers Karamazov. It's one of the longest books and it's quite complex, so well done. As you saw, a lot of characters in the book now they're coming to life. And you get a feel of who they are and where they are going, where they have been. And there's this looming feeling all over the place that something bad's gonna happen. But there's light scenes as well, especially between Alyosha and Dmitry. So the next book is number 4, but we'll take it in the next course. Thank you again.